Every place and location, every town and city, every country has its own urban legends, myths, and stories. It's common. However, the scariest part is when this urban legend turns out to be true and based on reality. Before I continue, don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button. It really helps me a lot with these videos. And comment below if you are interested in any type of videos or subject that you want me to treat. Today's legend is from Morocco, north of Africa. It's about a woman who's said to be beautiful, but at the same time, an old evil lady. Many different stories have been told about her. Is she a witch, or is she a demon, a jinn, or is she only human? The story is about Aicha Kandisha. Aicha Kandisha is one of the most well-known urban legends in the history of Morocco, to the point where people have written songs about her. Whoever dares to pronounce her noun is cursed forever. Not only that, stories tell that she feeds off men's bodies. But in spite of her fame, no one knows the truth behind her story. So it brings us to question, is it an urban legend, or is it a real woman that existed at some point in history? The woman is known by many pronouns dependent on the location in Morocco. Lala Aisha, Aicha Kandisha, the lady of the swamp, and the most well-known pronoun is Aicha Kandisha, which casts a curse on everyone who dares to pronounce it. Is it possible that I myself will be cursed for pronouncing it? I guess we'll see. The first story told about Aisha is that she is an old evil lady filled with hatred, but mostly toward happy married couples. When she encounters a happy couple, she casts magic spells to separate the couple and to create problems between them. Second story says that Aicha Kandisha is so beautiful that no man on earth can resist her. When seeing her, men are swept away by her beautiful face to the point that they don't notice her animal-like figure. It is said that behind her beautiful face and shape and clothes, covered goat legs or even mule legs, which adds another name into the long list of her names, the graveyard mule. Aisha seduces the men she encounters and leads them to her den, where she eats them alive with no mercy. Third story says that Aisha is a beautiful lady, a beautiful human lady with no animal parts. However, many people agree that she feeds off men's flesh and their blood. These are known to be urban legend through Morocco streets and told by elders. However, Aicha Kandisha has intrigued many researchers who look through history to find if these stories are imagined or if they have any part of the reality. A researcher from Finland said that the story of Aicha Kandisha is linked to old beliefs and that there could be a link between Aicha Kandisha and Ishtar, who is the god of love, war, beauty, and sacrifice among people around the Mediterranean Sea. These people used to do sacred rituals to honor Ishtar, who is said to live in humid places like lakes and swamps, just like Aicha Kandisha, who lived around swamps and called the Lady of the Swamp. The first true based story is that Aisha is a Moorish countess from a wealthy family who originally fled Spain during the Crusades and moved to Morocco. The family climbed to the royalty of Morocco, where they fought along Moroccan against the Portuguese occupation. Story says that Aisha was a brave young lady who used her beauty as a weapon to seduce the Portuguese army and lead them to wells and swamps where she would slit their throats and keep their bones. She managed to frighten the Portuguese army at the time and unified the Moroccan armies. In order to break the union, the Portuguese spread a rumor that the lady is not a human being. She is in fact a demon and a jinn whose curse will fall upon everyone who follows her. After that, and due to the ignorance and fear of people of that time, they stripped her of her countess title and replaced it with Qandisha, and banished her away into the forest. The second true-based story says that Aisha is a Moroccan lady whose husband was murdered by the Portuguese army during the War of 1578 and was kicked out of her home. She then moved to the forest where she hid in the swamps and comes out at night to surprise the military and brutally murder them in order to avenge her husband. You might have already noticed that there is one common point in all these stories I just told you. Aisha carries a lot of hate towards men, which leads us to another not so scary but rather sad story about Aicha Kandisha. It is a story about a girl from a wealthy family who fell in love with a poor man. Her family never approved of this love, so she fled to join the man who later on betrayed and left her. The girl became depressed and sat for long near the swamp where her and her beloved used to meet. It was then that an old demon lady came out of the swamp and possessed the girl's body in order to slaughter and torture men. So, if you ever visit Morocco, be careful. You might meet Aicha Kandisha. There is, however, one way to escape the lady. According to some Moroccan tribe, Aicha Kandisha has one weakness point, and it is fire. But others say that sticking a knife onto earth makes her run away and not harm you. Many urban legends in the Middle East and Arab world are similar to Aicha Kandisha, such as Nadaha or the caller in the countryside of Egypt. The caller on Nadaha is a beautiful woman who lives near the swamps, where she calls the passing men by their names. It is said that whoever heard her became insane and later on died. Comment below if you want a detailed video about the caller or Nadaha or about other urban legends.